Hey guys, B.O.L.T here. So, quickly, as of January 17th, the agreement has been, I have been given the approval that I have an apartment. We will probably be doing a look over of the house in March. A lot of the stuff is dealt with. Just when the utilities and moving. So, I'm trying to get ahead of March, at least try to get March understood. Because here on my thing, as of normal videos, like gameplay will be on, go all the way till the 23rd. This is the 11th. So we have today, this video is going to be the Black Ops and World at War. Tomorrow we'll have the original trilogy of Modern Warfare. Then we have Clone High Season 1 because Season 2 is said to be coming out this year. We also will be going over, at Sunday, we'll be going all the historical characters, like the presidents and people you can read about in a history book. Figure out all the Easter egg characters, basically. And then that final weekend of February, we'll be going over The Walking Dead Season 11, and also, like, I'll be doing a reimagining of AMC's The Walking Dead. Since I've already done reimaginings for Miraculous, Five Nights at Freddy's, and JoJo, it's time to do Walking Dead since it is technically over. Most of it's going to be if these characters didn't want to leave, like Rick and Carl. Also Michonne, of course. So, buckle up for that. But anyways, let's get into this summary because I do only have less than an hour before I have to go to work. So, I'm trying to get these at least lined up and ready. So anyways, Black Ops. So basically, this takes part in Cold War, I believe, when we're going against the Ruskies, and basically, it's like the space race. This is also during JFK's run as president. We play as Alex Mason. Our best friend military guy is let's see, Frank Woods. Our overhead commander, it's been so long now, Hudson. Anyways, we go around basically collecting information, because there is an underground war happening, and basically we are secret operatives trying to knock out the Russian. I believe there's also German interaction. I believe one of the missions is during World War II, there was Nova gas left over from the Germans, so they go back to claim that gas. So there's that. Trying to think the rest of it, sorry. And then Frank has to try to take out one of the leaders of this revolt, but of course he pulls out grenades, a string of grenades, and pulls all the pins, so technically him and Woods are thought to be dead in the end, but basically Alex gets captured, and he gets they put him in a camp, and we meet Victor Reznov, who is actually from World at War, where I believe it is Russia had a war against I'm trying to remember, but basically I think it was during World War II, actually. And it was bang on America and Russian. But basically, the Americans all die in the end, where Victor Reznov takes his, him and the main character eventually be able to get their flag of victory up. But of course, at the very end, they do get captured, and he's there. He's able to, with Wilson, Mason's help, they're able to stage revolts against the camp, and they're able to get out. But Reznov does make a diversion so Mason can get away. But of course, the bad thing is during Reznov dies during this diversion, and during Black Ops 1, he is showed visions of Reznov, but it's apparently during the camp, Mason gets he becomes a kind of like the Winter Soldier. He is like completely tortured into through a series of numbers. He's told to assassinate, I think, JFK. He's basically getting set a sleeper agent. That's what it is. He's made into a sleeper agent, but Reznov gets a hold of is able to get into the area and hypnotize himself into Mason's brain, where basically he makes him remember to assassinate all the leaders. And if he ever runs into them, just to go ham on them. And that's basically what it is. So every time that they try to capture one of the leaders, Mason basically goes ham and kills off most of them. And then it is believed that Mason gets what's it called? Trying to remember what it is. It is believed Mason gets he gets revenge over all the characters that Victor signed him up to do. And it is believed that he is the one who assassinated JFK in the Black Ops universe, because he was in the crowd during the march. Then let's see here. Let's see here. Then, of course, that ends with Black Ops 2. I believe there was, we do get Cold War, I believe, goes over the middle, where they actually find out that Woods was alive, but he gets captured in the end. And that brings us into Black Ops 2, where during his capture, Mason has to go to a bunch of cargo containers and save a barely alive Woods. And then they go on a mission to kill off a Hispanic dictator. Crap, what's his name? It's been so long now. Hold on. I think it's Menendez. Mendez. So basically, Mendez was a part of an attack where his sister, he was during an attack where he was trying to get back to his sister. Wilson and Mason were there trying to take out most of them. But Woods throws a grenade into the Mendez's room. And it ends up killing his sister. But of course, since it's a frag grenade, Menendez does get scarred from like the impact of the frag grenade. And he goes out for revenge over Woods and Mason, and he basically sets it up to where Mason is captured. He's put as like Menendez substitute. Like Menendez makes a deal with someone that he'll look like he's got captured, and Woods will take the shot to kill him, but in the end it turns out to be Mason. And you have two options. Either you can shoot and be a lousy shot and just take out his leg and make him bleed out, and make him go out unconscious, or you can kill him. But I believe the true storyline is he does get shot in the leg over Woods being angry. So basically, Menendez is able to capture Hudson. After Woods comes to actually check the body of Menendez, it is shown that it is Mason. Menendez takes out his legs and cripples him. And he also captures Alex's son, David Mason, as like a show that he won, basically, and he has a hold over Woods. He kills Hudson to show David, to keep David on his side, or to make him have a revenge plot. So you have the dead Mason, you have a crippled Woods. Hudson is given the ability to either kill the Woods or himself. Hudson thinks about it because he has two sons, but of course he wants Woods to live, so he self-sacrifices himself. Menendez kills him with a pendant, which is a pretty big sign for David. Woods becomes like the adoptive father / uncle to David because of his dead father. Growing up, David follows in his dad's footsteps and becomes a soldier. And when Menendez comes back to do like a mafia idea, he comes to kill him. Basically, they get a inside person, which ends up being found. His best friend Harper is at the point, but you have to kill, basically within the betrayer, I think his name is Farah or something like that. He has the ability to shoot Harper and stay within the fold, or if he decides to try to kill Menendez, I think he was like Yuri or something like that. Not Yuri from Modern Warfare, but he ends up trying to take the shot and ends up backfiring. I'm trying to think the rest of them. But you have to kill Harper. That way he's there to protect this girl who's a good hacker to stop the virus that Menendez is ready, which is Corpus Diaz or something like that. Which is a bug that the second that Menendez dies, it's supposed to infect the world and make a revolt and a riot. Worldwide riot. I'm trying to remember what it is. It's like you, I'm trying to remember. It's like you have to kill Menendez, have the girl alive, kill Harper to have the guy alive. So he's basically bought a human shield for her, so she's alive for the end. Then David has to kill Menendez to trigger the Corpus Diaz to kill that. Because if you keep Menendez alive, he comes back to kill Woods. Which will still trigger Corpus Diaz. But still Woods is dead. But if you do it this way, Woods is alive. So Alex comes out of retirement. Well, I believe Alex was a secret agent playing like he was dead, but he was trying to be part of the back scenes. So they acted like he was dead. So he comes back, shows to Woods that he's still alive. Tells David comes to visit Woods, says, "This is your dad." And then, so basically the girl's able to stop the virus, and then Alex is able to come out of retirement now that Menendez is dead. And then Black Ops 3 is later. Basically, the memory of Woods and Mason were kept because they were the best of the best. And they are programmed for Black Ops 4 to become cloned But of course, Black Ops 3, we have the new kind of like Advanced Warfare where they get robotic arms and all of that, and that's kind of what Black Ops 3 is basically Corpus Diaz does eventually still get out, and it affects the system that they are implanted with to kind of connect the soldiers, and it decides to become a virus to the soldiers, so it affects everyone, so they go mad. And it's this big thing of shutting down the virus in Black Ops 3. Black Ops 4 is just the specialist from experimental surgery and enhancements and augmentations to the human body. It makes it to where they're a specialist, and basically the specialists were bred to counter I think Corpus Diaz's remains. And then there's a girl who's trying to take Corpus Diaz, which is the granddaughter or great-granddaughter of Mason, and she resurrects the clones, and she brings Woods back to be her baby daddy or something. Well, actually, no, her partner in crime, and basically hypnotizes him to be on their side, so they have one of the best soldiers, and put him at the highest part of the army, and then they do clone Mason, but he is still recovering, basically. Anyways, so basically it's just Cold War. Mason and Woods go out to try to take out, the Nova Gas, all these other leaders that are trying to take over the world, help out all these other nations. Then Mason gets captured alongside this World War II veteran, Reznov. They try to make Mason a sleeping agent, but Reznov is able to get in and kind of mess it up to where he kills the leaders, but he's also a sleeper agent to kill JFK in this universe. Then Cold War happens while he's taking a rest, while Mason's taking a rest from the end of Black Ops 1. Woods is found alive after the grenade scene. He is basically hired to be another militant for the rest of the Cold War, where I believe we actually go into a war with them, unlike just being a space race or a technical advancement. Then he basically gets captured in the end of that. Then Black Ops 2, Mason finally comes out of recovery, goes to save him. They go on a thing to go hunt down it's like a Spanish mafia that basically Menendez is in charge of. So they're there to kill Menendez, but Woods is so triggered, he ends up throwing a grenade that kills the sister of Menendez. Menendez gets a face full of a frag grenade, trying to save his sister. But he calls revenge on Woods for this, coming after him, making a huge revenge plan where he makes Woods shoot out Mason. He captures Hudson and David, the son of Alex Mason, and then trying to remember all of this. He also cripples by shooting out Woods' knees. Alex Mason, if you choose, which is actually believed to be the actual true timeline, you are loudly shot through anger to shoot Mason's leg. He's able to get put into like secret services to protect him and become a part of the background and try to help Menendez in the background by playing like he's dead. Alex is growing up with his uncle Woods. He does get to follow in father's footsteps, becomes a soldier. You're basically fighting the Menendez army when he comes out to attack, and basically he has his best friend Harper. He goes in to get their extract their inside who actually he's weeded out, but he's given the ability to shoot Harper, which you have to do for him to survive, and then he's there to become a human shield for this great girl who's a great hacker who's able to prevent a virus to affect the world early. And basically Alex is there to put an end to the revenge story because he has a revenge story from seeing his dad dead, one of his uncle Hudson being killed, on top of his Uncle Woods getting crippled. He's there to take revenge on Menendez. You have to kill Menendez to trigger Corpus Dias, where the girl's able to prevent it for some time, or at least kill it off for a little bit. And then, with Menendez being dead, Alex is able to come out of hiding, show that to his son that he's still alive, show Woods he's still alive. If you don't kill Menendez, he comes back, kills Wood. He's able to get out of security. Well, actually, I think he's got insiders to get him out. He kills Woods, but of course he kills himself as well. Which does still triggers Corpus Dias, and then, well, you got to keep Woods alive to have the Alex ending. Then in Black Ops 3, basically you got the new augmentations and robotic arms. Corpus Dias comes back, infecting the chip that they were given to be a part of a system. It makes a virus that you have to take out from the inside out. They also have an army of robots. Then in Black Ops 4, basically there are specialists bred to go against these the remains, and basically there's a there's a company that takes Menendez's side, takes his stuff to try to take over the world, and it ends up being the great-granddaughter of Mason, and she clones Mason and Woods to be the generals of a new army, and Woods is first, like, he doesn't have all his memories. All he knows is whatever they tell him, which is, you were this great soldier, but you're here to help us try to push for this great movement, where Mason is still, like, in the beginning of his clone memory process. Woods is in there to be like, I'm your friend, you're supposed to learn this and this and this, but of course Mason does have some of his memories, everyone believes. But anyways, that's the end of Black Ops 1 through 4 on top of World at War. Apparently there's a remaster for Black Ops coming out. I'm hoping it's just a remaster, not an actual reimagining. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.